Picture this. It is 20 years from now, and the house is quiet. Your calendar used to stay full. Your title got longer, the pay got better, and your phone still lights up, but when the noise fades, none of that can tell you if your life was really yours. People do not talk about this enough. Regret usually does not come from one huge mistake. It grows through small trades that look normal while you are busy. In this video, I want to walk through the regrets people name most and the simple fixes you can use now. The first regret is sneaky because it does not look like failure. It looks responsible. You take the safe job, keep saying yes, stay easy to work with, and get good at making other people comfortable while the part of you that wanted something else gets quieter each year. Most people do not wake up and choose the wrong life. They drift into it. One choice feels small, then another feels practical, then another feels polite, and after enough of those, your week starts to look like a life you never really picked. That is why this hurts. From the outside, things can look fine. You seem steady and smart, and people may admire you. But inside, there is this low noise that will not leave because your days are full and still do not feel like yours. Bronnie Ware wrote about the regrets she heard from people near the end of life, and the one she heard most was simple. They wished they had lived a life true to themselves, not the life others expected. This is not only about big dreams. It is also about editing yourself so often that you stop hearing your own voice. You can feel this in normal moments. You are about to speak up, but you soften your answer. You want to try something new, but you pick what sounds safe. You keep the plan that fits your image, not the one that fits your gut. Bit by bit, your life starts to run on approval, not direction. Approval is weak fuel. It can keep you moving, but it cannot make you feel settled in your own choices. That is why some people reach every goal they were told to want and still feel off inside, like they spent years following a script they did not write. So here is a simple tool. Use the 80-year-old filter. If you were looking back from the end of your life, would older you thank you for this move? Or just understand why you hid in it? Those are not the same thing. One is wisdom. The other is fear, with a good excuse. You do not need to blow up your whole life today. Keep it small and honest. Once a week, ask yourself what you did because you meant to, not because you did not want to let someone down. That question clears noise and it helps you notice where your real life is slipping away. Once people stop choosing on purpose, the next thing they usually stop protecting is time. That is where the second regret starts to grow. The second regret shows up in people who worked hard for good reasons. You want to provide, build something solid, and earn respect, so you stay late and answer one more message while the people you love start building a life that no longer waits for you. That is why overwork fools so many smart people. In the moment, it feels noble, and you get rewarded for always coming through. Because the cost does not hit all at once, you can miss the damage for years. A child stops asking if you are free to play. A partner stops telling you the long version of their day. Your parents age a little at a time, and you only notice when a random photo catches you off guard. Bronnie Ware heard this regret again and again from dying patients who wished they had not worked so hard. Many regretted missing their children's younger years and the closeness of their partners. That is the part that stings. Work can fill your whole week, but it cannot sit with you when you are scared or laugh at an old memory with you. Look, money matters. Bills are real. I am not telling you to ignore that. I am saying time is the one thing you spend at full price every day, whether you mean to or not. Most people do not feel the loss while they are paying it, but you can see it in small scenes. Dinner gets cold because you are still on your laptop, or Saturday starts with good plans and turns into errands and low energy. Someone you love is talking and you're nodding, but your mind is still stuck in the meeting you just left. Then comes the line a lot of busy people use. After this one stretch, things will calm down. For some people, that stretch turns into a whole decade. Success is not the problem, and a good career is fine. The trap is staying so locked on the next raise, deadline, or win that you miss what the pace is doing to your sleep, your mood, and the people waiting for you at home. Here is the simple fix. Pick one short ritual and lock it in. Maybe it is one meal together, one walk, or one call to your parents at the same time each week. Protect that time like it matters, because it does. If your week can guard meetings, it can guard people too. The Harvard study of adult development followed people for decades and kept finding the same thing. Good relationships keep people happier and healthier than status or image. When work takes over everything, that is not just a calendar issue. It is a life issue. If this makes sense to you, let me know in the comments. Relationships usually do not break with one loud moment. They just go quiet first. Once a bond starts slipping, most people do not notice at first because love can feel permanent even when contact gets thin. That false safety is why this regret hits so hard later. Bonds rarely vanish in one big scene. They weaken through delay. You mean to call, but the day gets away from you. Or you see a message and plan to answer later, but later keeps moving. You tell yourself real friends will understand, and your family knows you care. But then, enough tomorrows pass, and the relationship changes. That slow drift matters more than people think. Bronnie Ware wrote that many people near the end of life wish they had stayed in touch with friends. They did not always lose those friendships through a big fight. Many just got wrapped up in routine and let good friendships slip away. By the time they felt the full weight of that loss, some were too sick or it was too late to repair it. The same thing happens at home because family closeness does not disappear all at once either. It fades through distracted dinners and delayed visits, and it grows when you get used to sitting in the same room while your mind stays on work, chores, or your phone. You can love people deeply and still let the bond thin out if your care never turns into calls, time, or honest words. Research on long-term well-being keeps pointing the same way. Warm relationships matter more to a good life than status or image. I am not talking about perfect relationships, just real ones where someone knows how your voice sounds when you are tired and can tell something is wrong before you say it. That kind of bond needs care. Life does not pause while you get around to it. One day your parents do not move like they used to, and you notice their walk has slowed, or their hands look older. One friend stops texting first to see if you will notice, and one child stops tugging your sleeve because they already learned you are busy. None of those moments warns you first. That is why neglect is dangerous. It runs on a slow clock, so you assume everything is fine. A relationship can weaken quietly while both people still care, and that is what people regret later. It is not always a big fight. It is all the love they thought had more time. So keep the fix simple and do it today. Send what I call a legacy text, one honest message to someone you care about. Tell them thank you, or that you are proud of them, or just that you were thinking of them. Do not wait for a perfect reason or some polished speech. Warmth works best when it is direct. You may feel awkward for 10 seconds, but send it anyway. Most people are hungry for real words, and almost nobody gets too much honest care. One clear message can restart a friendship or soften a family wall, and it tells the truth while the person is still here to hear it. Even if they do not answer the way you hoped, you still did your part. You chose contact over delay. You chose courage over drift. That matters because the next regret is not only about losing other people, it is about losing yourself while everyone keeps calling you dependable. This trap is hard to spot because it hides behind praise. People call you reliable, strong, or selfless, and while those sound like good things, they can turn risky. If your whole identity is built on being useful, you may start cutting off every part of yourself that does not solve a problem or finish a task. When that happens, life starts to feel flat. You are getting things done and staying on top of work, but joy starts to leave your day. Play looks childish. Rest feels guilty. Your creativity gets pushed to next month. The doctor visit waits. The trip waits. That class you wanted stays at the bottom of the list. The part of you that used to feel awake keeps getting pushed down the schedule. We often call this discipline, but sometimes it is just numbness, dressed up as responsibility. You stop asking what makes you feel alive and focus only on chores, tasks, and keeping everyone else happy, which can look grown up for a long time. The problem is that it leaves you with a life that looks fine on a calendar but feels empty when the room gets quiet. In her list of regrets, Bronnie Ware included one people often miss. I wish that I had let myself be happier. That line matters because it is about giving yourself permission to enjoy your life now. Many people delay joy because they think they have to earn it first, so they keep pushing off laughter and wonder until waiting becomes part of who they are. Think of it like this. Purpose is not some giant mission waiting far out in the future. It is much closer. Purpose is what your week says you care about when nobody is grading you. It shows up in what you protect and who gets your best hours, not your leftovers. If your schedule never matches what you say matters, then those words are not shaping your life yet. This is the risk. If you keep calling self-erasure maturity, you may wake up in a life that looks organized, but does not feel human anymore. The bills are paid, the sink is empty, the inbox is cleared, but you still have to ask if you actually lived this life or just kept it neat for other people to look at. Let's make this practical. Pick one living proof action each week, and I mean one, not 10. Create something small, help a friend, or commit to one full night of real rest. Book the checkup you have been avoiding, or tell the truth in a talk you have been dodging. Go outside without your phone for 20 minutes and protect your health before your body forces you to pay attention. Small proof beats big intentions. When your actions match what you say matters, life starts to get some color back. You do not need a dramatic reinvention, but you do need repeated proof that you are still a person and not just a function. That may be the clearest way to think about legacy. Legacy is not only what people say about you after you are gone. It is what your life feels like while you are still here, and whether the people you love got to see the real you or only your output. 20 years from now, you probably will not care about one awkward email or one slow month at work. The real ache comes from the choices you kept delaying and the parts of yourself you kept putting on hold for later. So use that 80-year-old filter today. Send one legacy text to someone you love and cut one yes that is stealing your time. Regret grows slowly in the places where we keep avoiding the truth. Try this for one day and notice what feels off right away.